And I want to assure you that the Presidential CNG Initiative steering committee and management are fully committed to helping to ensure the execution of the President's vision to transition Nigeria from expensive, unreliable PMS and diesel to cheaper, safer, and more reliable compressed natural gas fuel transportation. Since our founding, exactly 1 year ago, when Mr. President announced the Presidential CNG Initiative, we've been able to move the nation forward in a positive direction. For one, there were just 7 conversion centers in Nigeria this time last year. Today, we can boast of over 125 conversion centers across Nigeria. In addition to this, we've seen a massive influx of investment. The Honorable Minister talked about investment. We've been able to track over $175 million investment in the sector coming into mother stations. Additional 12 mother stations have been commissioned between last year and today. We've seen additional refueling stations being invested in, about 75 of them currently under construction, and commissioning of about 12 already this year, and we expect another 25 before the end of the year. Jobs are being created, technicians are being trained. Just last year, we could boast of just less than 100 conversion technicians in Nigeria. Yesterday, I visited a workshop in Lokogoma where the gentleman spoke about training about 40 new technicians every week in this country. NITT, NADDC, all of these institutions are training every day, and this is something that is really splendid, and it's something that we must commend Mr. President for having the vision to power this program forward. Beyond this, over 34,000 conversion kits are already ordered, and already we have more than half of that in our hands and are already being distributed. Conversion is taking place across Nigeria. Yesterday, 53 conversion centers in 8 states were engaged in conversions. We hope by next week, additional 2 states will join the train, and slowly but surely, all the 36 states of Nigeria and the FCT will have conversion centers and will be converted. This is something I believe that deserves a round of applause, and I want to thank Mr. President, and I want to thank all the ministers, Minister of Finance, Minister of Economy, and Minister of Information, everybody, Minister of Youth for your collaboration, Minister of Budget and Planning, you've been very supportive to us, and we cannot thank you enough. And of course, I want to thank our steering committee, the leadership. Thank you very much. Thank all of you for your support. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much. And at this point, these events come to a close. Thank you.
Camera, come to this place. Camera, come to this place.
Please, camera, just move back a bit so that you can capture the buses from a wider.
Please, let's move back. Please, let's move back.
Go back and get more.
You can come back now.
Yeah.
You can come back. Back.
1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations.
good, very comfortable. And it's also...
program of the federal government. So would like you to talk to us in a nutshell about what this is meant to achieve, this initiative, the objective.
Well, I think first of all, this initiative of the pivoting to CNG, we are just seeing a symbolic manifestation of it. It is the policy of government. First of all, Mr. President committed to intervening in as many ways as he could to ensure that the inevitable rise in the cost of living that would follow from his bold, courageous, and necessary measures to stabilize the economy, we all know what they are, that he would intervene, particularly on behalf of the poor and the most vulnerable, by bringing down transportation costs, bus fares by 2/3 through the launching of this important initiative. He's keeping his promises to Nigerians. More importantly, it is a systemic move. Government will only purchase CNG or clean energy vehicles and engines, whether it be generator, whether it be cars. And that signals the way for Nigeria in general to pivot towards a cleaner and, of course, substantially cheaper fuel. These are homegrown innovations to help us to get back on the road to growth and economic prosperity and a better life for all Nigerians, which, as we celebrate our 64th anniversary, you must remember that is what Mr. President has promised, that is what he's committed to, and that is what he's working towards. Thank you.
All right, we've just spoken to the minister, and of course that was very, very quick. The Minister of Finance and the coordinating Minister for the Economy, who has just test-driven the PCNG pilot program buses that has been handed over to the labor unions, and he did say that it is the government's initiative, the president's initiative actually, towards alleviating poverty here in Nigeria by ensuring that the removal of subsidy on petroleum products will have a mitigated impact on the general populace. And so the tape has been cut already, and apparently we have the minister explaining exactly what this will be of significance to Nigerians.
Would like to know, we understand that the buses are being given to the labor and the students union. Would like to know for clarity how many buses are going to workers and how many are going to the students.
Well, before that, let me just say that this is a necessary first step that government has taken. And we are giving this out. Federal government is giving this out, 64 number buses to commemorate the 64th independence anniversary of our great country. 40 of these buses are going to the labor unions. You had the representative of the labor here accepting them. 20 of the buses are going to the students' union, and about four left will now be kept in the Federal Capital Territory. Now, let me emphasize that this is not all. Already, over 700 of these buses have already been ordered. Now, these are the first sets that we are giving out to symbolize the official commencement of this initiative of Mr. President. So don't say that you have only 64 buses to cater for the whole of this country. It's a necessary first step by government, but beyond that, it is also the expectation of the federal government that the private sector will also come in. Already you have heard from the MD of the Presidential CNG Initiative that over $175 million of worth of investment has gone into this sector already. We expect to see more of that. Nigerians expect to go in. More and more Nigerians, technicians especially, are being trained. So it's a whole gamut of arrangement that will benefit all spheres of, all sectors of this country. All Nigerians will be felt. This is beginning from those who need the most, the working class. The working class are going to get this. But beyond that, other Nigerians are also going to be the market people. Everyone, artisans, everybody will now feel this impact. It's a necessary first step that the president has started. It's a promise that Mr. President has kept for Nigerians. And we hope and we do know that very soon more of these buses will ply all the streets of this country. Now, as you have heard from the PCNG MD, that you are going to spend far less. The 2 tanks of the CNG you have seen there will cost you just about 15,000 naira, as against about 72,000 naira that you need to fuel your cars if you are using the PMS. So it's a drastic reduction, and this is what the federal government and the president is doing. Gradually, the energy competitiveness that all of us so desire is being achieved from today. We do hope Nigerians will embrace this, will contribute to this. The private sector will also key in to participate in this for the benefit of all.
What time frame are we looking at? This is the first step, so we know that this is supposed to actually engulf or encompass the entire nation. But what time frame are we looking at before we have the CNG vehicles becoming a norm all over Nigeria?
It is already becoming. You heard from the CNG MD, a presidential CNG initiative, that already every day artisans are being trained, technicians are being trained, all of them are already engaging in this. Private sector people are already going to these conversion centers that have already been set up. Over 34,000 conversion kits, have been made, available. Half of them already been distributed. So this is already taking its foot up. You know that this is not something that can happen in just one fell swoop. It will take a little while. We expect Nigerians to be more patient and to key in and to provide support for this very great and laudable initiative aimed at easing the living conditions of all Nigerians.
How about the 700 buses? How soon will they?
Very soon. It's a process. I mean, many of them are already in the country. Many more are coming. These are not buses that you just go and buy off the shelf like we have always said. But the orders have been given. Many of them have arrived. I mean, you have seen some of them here today. And private sector people are already contributing. You also saw that even private sector players are already contributing, some of these buses to this initiative. So at the end of the day, we all know that Nigerians will have this benefit and it will cover the entire country.
Sir, putting the cylinder inside the car, has the government considered the hazard aspect?
Yes, it has been considered. Yes, it has been considered. There is no risk of explosion. The cylinders themselves, as you have heard, are bulletproof. There are no joints, meaning that they are not welded at any joint or parts. So they are intact, they are safe, and you don't expect to see any kind of explosion happening while these gas cylinders are being used. The safety of Nigeria and the safety of the buses were being put into consideration in the design and in the supply of these cylinders.